We are in Paris. Finally, after about 2-3 years probably saving, planning for this trip, we are finally underway. So we just got into Paris yesterday. This is our second day. This is the first day we've really picked up the camera and started filming. Yesterday we were kind of just busted from the flight and getting our bearings and getting adjusted to the time and where we are and like what we want to do and all that sort of stuff. So, and also our first day in Paris, we sort of wanted to just be in the moment. We didn't really get the camera out too much. I thought I will film a little bit of an intro for you guys to give you an idea of where we've come from, what we're doing, and what the plan is for the next sort of, well, we're in Europe for about 8 to 9 months. We're in Paris for a week, so I'll give you a bit of a rundown on what we're doing. So we got into Paris yesterday morning, about a bit after 7 a.m. Paris time. Our flight landed. We flew from Sydney, Australia. So to get all the way over here, we had to fly from Sydney to Singapore, which was about 8 hours, I think. Or 8 and a bit hours, and then we got to Singapore and had about a 2 to 3 hour layover before our flight from Singapore straight directly to Paris, which was a 14-hour flight. So 8.5 plus 14 hours was roughly 22-23 hours flight time, plus the layover of 3 hours as well. So it was about a bit over 24 hours total in our transit. On day one, we basically got to our accommodation, and Sunee absolutely killed it with the accommodation bookings. She's booked us this place. It's like an Airbnb hotel type of thing, and it's basically a few blocks back from the Eiffel Tower. It's about a 5-minute walk to the Eiffel Tower from here, which is incredible, and we're in like a really nice area apparently. Yeah, we've lucked out a lot with the accommodation. But we got to our accommodation, we basically dropped our bags in the reception. We couldn't check in yet, so we just dropped our bags in reception. Then we just went basically straight for the Eiffel Tower. Got a croissant straight up, and yeah, went to the Eiffel Tower and checked it out. After that, basically walked around the streets of Paris, around this area that the Eiffel Tower is in. Had a look at a few different things. We didn't see any other sights other than the Eiffel Tower, except on the drive-in. When we drove in, we drove around the Arc de Triomphe, and then we walked around just having a look at the different shops, the different cafes, everything like that. By about 1 p.m, we were absolutely buggered. So we were sitting on a park bench, just looking at the Eiffel Tower, yeah, about 1, and we're like, oh, we don't feel real good. The jet lag had well and truly smacked us. So what we did was then went and got some groceries from one of the local sort of grocery shops around here. Just grab some stuff for dinner. So we're going to do a mix of eating out and eating at home to try and be a bit budget. We've got a strict budget because we're going for such a long period of time that we need to find ways to cut costs, and having a meal at home is an easy way to do that. We got some veggies, we made some veggie tacos, did a little bit of research for a few things we were going to do the next day, which was today, and then we went to bed. We basically got into bed at about 5:30 p.m. We were both passed out by 6 p.m, and then we woke up at 6 a.m. today. So we slept 6 p.m. to 6 a.m, got a good sleep, caught up on sleep, and now we're feeling pretty ready to go. So today we woke up and we headed early as we could down to the Eiffel Tower and got some pics. We want to get back down a bit earlier today so that we can get some pics with no one else around, get the sunrise looking over the Eiffel Tower as well, which would be beautiful. First croissant in Paris.
How much was this?
That was €140. Give us a live reaction. Good? The
oh my
first
God.
one in Paris.
It's so much better than anything I've ever had.
Woo! Bonjour! What's going on, guys? Finally got the camera out on our first day of vlogging in Paris. This morning we've gotten up early, which we're learning in Europe is later than what we usually do in Australia. So early for these guys is about 7 a.m. So we got up at 7. We've just cruised out of our hotel got a coffee, got some croissants, and we've just walked down from our hotel to the Eiffel Tower.
Close to the walk.
Yeah, we're going to get out today. We're going into the city, go and see a few of the sights and just try and get lost in the city a little bit, which we're both really keen for.
Got our sneakers on, we're good to go.
Good to go. But yeah, we're going to go and get a few shots of the Eiffel Tower now, so
Can we
enjoy.
turn this around? Look at this.
Our first little tip for you guys, what is it?
Come here early. Look, there's absolutely no one here. We were here yesterday at about lunchtime. Packed. Now, turn around. Literally no one here. Absolutely no one. So good.
Yeah, that's it. So like early, if you're from Australia and you like getting up early, like we do, like early I'd consider is kind of like 5:36, but early here for these guys is like 7, so the sun doesn't even really come up till about 8. It's easy to get up early, and look what you get if you do. We're lucky, we've come to Paris and we've had beautiful weather. Everyone says it's always really cold, and it is cold, but it's not too bad. We've got this beautiful sunrise, absolutely streaming light onto this mammoth of a sight. So yeah, get down here early in the morning. It's been absolutely beautiful so far. Can't wait to get into the city and see more.
Look at that.
It's so big I cannot get it in any form of bloody lens. Hey?
The other thing that was really fun was because we got up so early when we were walking here, which was like a 10-minute walk. It was just all the locals just like doing their own thing. Like,
Yeah.
it was so cute. Like, there were kids going to school, there were people going to work,
Yeah.
people getting their morning espressos and like baguettes and stuff. Like, even that was really fun. Like, I feel like, yeah, it was just beautiful.
That's like probably the biggest like thing everyone wants to do when you go overseas is you want to see what it's like to be like the locals. So I mean, this morning we haven't seen hardly any tourists. We've just seen all the locals going to work and mum and dad's dropping their kids off to school, and yeah. This is the pick for mum. This is another thing, like I've seen a heap of influencers and people on Instagram, like these are where everyone comes, these park, like grassy bits here, this is where everyone comes to have like their picnics and get the videos of, you know, them having something to eat right in front of the Eiffel Tower. You can see there's some here as well, lots of grassy areas that have been fenced off. Unfortunately, there are fences up everywhere around it, and I'm assuming that's just to keep the grass nice and green and stop it from being trampled year round, which is a bit of a shame. Like, we would like to come and have a bit of a picnic here, but I mean, you know.
It's still, to be fair, I think the side gardens and grass areas are nearly as nice, if not nicer, because you don't get any of that infrastructure through the middle. So the side, you just get like beautiful grass and trees and then up to the Eiffel Tower. So
What's also cool is like the gardens around here. I didn't realise that there was so many like grassy areas and grassy sort of gardens and that, and there's like dirt paths and all that stuff. So if you're one of those people that like to keep doing a bit of exercise while you're away, there's plenty of like space here to go for a run, come out and do a bit of a workout. We're thinking of coming back to Savo when we're done in the city and doing a bit of a workout in the park.
Yesterday we were walking to Rue Clos. Did I say it?
Yeah.
Rue Clos, which is like these really cute markets that have like cheese shops and wine shops. And on our walk, we turned around and we found a street that was like directly in front of the Eiffel Tower, which is really nice. So we're gonna go there now.
We'll drop the address of it in the
Yeah, that's probably easier than me trying to describe it. But it's to the right side of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
wanted to come down, but yesterday when we were going to Reclair,
Yeah.
we literally walked down this street, didn't even realise, and then turned around and saw it, and it was the nicest surprise because we were like, knew we wanted to come here, had no idea how we were going to find the street, and we just walked through it yesterday. It was the best.
We are in a little French cafe. We just stopped in because Sunny had to go to the toilet, and I'm getting a coffee, or in French they call it a café. Only thing is it's hard to kind of find almond milk around here unless we've been looking in the wrong places. Most cafes here, you ask them for almande, and it's a no.
I think it's €6.
Menu's mostly in French. We'll walk and talk. All right. So we're currently walking up, I hope I don't butcher the pronunciation here, but it's called the Champs-Élysées. So it's kind of like, it's like this big boulevard basically. It's got all these shops and everything in there, like designer shops and all that. It's like a fancy boulevard. But basically where it leads to is the Arc de Triomphe. So we'll try and get up and get some good footage in that of it. The Arc de Triomphe is that big arch structure that you see in a lot of people's videos of Paris. It's one of the most famous sort of icons and that they've got here. I hope I get my facts right here, but the Arc de Triomphe was built after France fought for their independence, so it's a dedication to everyone that fought for the independence of France. Dedicated, I'm pretty sure, to Napoleon, who led most of those rebellions. So it's really beautiful. We'll try and get up a little bit closer and get some good pics of it, but Champs-Élysées is like one of the most famous walks in Paris. So we're in the Place de la Concorde at the moment. If you can see this big, like pointy thing behind me, this is one of the Luxor obelisks, I think it's called. Someone check my pronunciation on that. But basically it's one of a pair. It was moved in 1830 from Egypt to the Place de la Concorde. So the other one of it is still in Egypt, which is pretty cool. And they were built, I think it was in 1250 BC, so a long, long time ago, and then moved here in 1830. So the Place de la Concorde is like in old Paris, so you can see it looks very European, like all the cobblestone squares, all the big buildings and everything like that. We were reading then as well that it sort of was one of the major sites where a lot of public executions would happen. So if you did the wrong thing and you got executed, they would do it here in front of all the people. I think out of everything we've seen today in Paris, I'm liking this the most. Like, it just seems very authentic, very old, and pretty much what I was picturing Europe to look like.
We have got some macarons.
From Ladurée, we're in this park, which is kind of near the Louvre. It's got a nice fountain, everything looks pretty here. We're going to go and have these and give you a rating.
I wonder if there's like a traditional flavour. We should have probably tried a traditional flavour. But anyway, this is chocolate.
Is it good?
I don't think I've ever had one before, so I don't really know what to compare it with. Not as crunchy as I thought it would be based off what it looks like. It's yummy, it's kind of like creamy, quite soft and then a little bit chewy in the middle. Right, this one, I think this is the salted caramel. Oh, this one's a little bit more meringue, the texture. This one's nice. Yum, it's really salty, really caramelly. When you bite into it, it's kind of soft and then it goes a bit chewy, and then you get a little bit of that like flaky feeling at the back, kind of like a meringue.
Okay, this is macaroon reviews with me, Jye. Oh, that's really good.
Okay.
It's actually a bit flaky. So it's flaky on the outside, then really chewy on the inside. It tastes more like a chocolate than it does like a bicky, I reckon. And this is a coffee flavoured one, which is really nice.
My favourite's the salted caramel.
Yeah, the coffee one's my favourite.
Yeah, pavlova, that kind of texture.
Oh yeah, does a bit. Oh.
had the yummiest lunch. So we have just been walking around all day and we ended up in the Latin corner and it was so nice. And I googled best places to eat and this little crate place came up on my phone. It was just delicious, isn't it? It was just so nice.
Yeah.
And the guy was so lovely. Anyway, I've got the recommendations. This one.
Boom.
Boom.
Morning guys, day 3 in Paris for us. Sunny's in the bathroom putting the makeup on, then we're going to jet and get out. Today we've got a couple of big exciting things on the agenda. First thing though we're going to do is go and grab a SIM card for me. Sunny's already got one, but I need to grab a Europe one. We're going to go and get some breakfast. We're going to try a new bakery this morning, so we'll try and film a bit of that. And then we are going to the Louvre. That's our big thing today. So we're going to the Louvre at 9. Really keen to get in there and have a bit of a look around. It's obviously one of the main things people come to Paris for, so very excited for that. Also, we have a boat tour.
Do you have my hairbrushes? Here it is.
Apologies about that. We also have a boat tour today, so we're going on the Seine River. You go along the Seine and they show you the sights and that of Paris from the river's point of view, which will be really nice. And then after that, we're basically going to chill out for the day, and tonight we are going to have a couple of drinks at a bar called Ladurée. We'll try and film a bit of that. And then we're going to the Moulin Rouge. So this was Sunny's birthday or Christmas present? Birthday present. So she loves the Moulin Rouge musical and the movie. So taking her to the real life. So taking her to the real life thing tonight. So can't wait to show you guys around a bit more. Starting our day like we always do.
Alright, do you just want a croissant? So, this one. I might get a chocolate one. Can we get one this one and one this one, please? Thank you, merci. Thank you, merci. So it's got one croissant, one chocolate croissant. I think she said €270, which is about $5.
Yeah,
Not
roughly.
bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Oh, chocolate croissant. So good. Second best croissant I've ever had. I think the plain one is my favourite. So crispy. It's like, kind of like, I don't know if that's honey or sugar or something on top, but it's just delicious. 9 o'clock. Look, there's already a line. It's 8:30. Book to the Louvre tickets on Get Your Guide. It comes with a ticket for this and a ticket for like a boat cruise, which we can do after, but it doesn't have an audio guide, but you can pick them like depending on what you want. But I picked 9 o'clock because I thought that there wouldn't be many people here, so.
And that's the famous entry, the big triangle pyramid thingy, glass thing. We've also been told that around here is where you've got to really keep an eye on your stuff. Apparently there's a lot of pickpocketers and people that try and scam you and that around the Louvre. So we're lucky again that we come a bit early, so there's not that many people around. But I guess if you do come, just keep a close hold of all your gear. smashed out the Louvre. So there's a cafe there where when you're at the line, if you look behind you, there's a cafe, and if you go over there, there's actually a much shorter line behind the cafe. I didn't know how I was going to like it. Like, I'm not huge on art and all that sort of stuff. Like, I've been to museums before and I haven't been too interested, but I found it amazing. Like, there are so many cool things in there. Two highlights for me, obviously the Mona Lisa. I've heard it's overrated, but I still found it pretty amazing. And Napoleon's apartments. So you go in there and they've like reserved apartments from, I think it was Napoleon III, and basically just how it was back when he was living in there, and that was pretty amazing as well. So overall, it was pretty incredible. I mean, if you're not into museums like me, you'll still have a great time. Definitely do it if you come to Paris. It's an absolute must. One thing I will say though is it is really hot in there, so like bring clothes that you can take off. I overheated heaps in there, and the other thing is as well is it is busy. Like, there are so many people in there and it's really big, so it's hard to find your way around. So if you hate crowds, it might not be for you. Still worth giving it a go. That's the Louvre ticked off. We've got our river cruise for the afternoon, so we're going to go to Rue Clerc, pick up some lunch, and then we're going to go on the river cruise, and then we've got the Moulin Rouge tonight. On to the rest of the day. As you can see, heaps of little fruit shops. All the shops here sort of push all their stuff out onto the street. It's really close to the Eiffel Tower, so this is where you can come, scoop up some food for a picnic, take it down to the Eiffel Tower. Day 5, I think. Day 5 here in Paris, Friday. So we've been here already a week. It's gone so quick. But today it's Friday in Paris and we're going to do something that I've always wanted to do, something I've been most looking forward to about this trip, and that is thrift shopping in Paris. You'll never find anyone dressing cooler than they do in Paris, and I love clothes, so this is going to be a really exciting day for me. We've picked out a couple of spots to hit up. Going to take you guys along with us, hopefully pick up some cool outfits. First things first though, we're going for a coffee at this place called Fringe, which I've heard a lot about on Instagram. Big day thrift shopping. I'm going to take you guys along with us. Fringe ticked off, went in there and got a gorgeous oat milk latte. Sunny got one as well, €12 for two, so it works out to be roughly 19 Australian dollars. Bit steep, but like I said, gorgeous. Now we're off to the thrift shop. Cargos, and I'm looking for like a cream coloured knit vest to go with it. So far no luck. after thrift shopping to these marketplaces I saw on YouTube. I'll put the name of it in the video because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but I think it's called the Marque des Enfants Rouges. So it's like this cool little marketplace that had like fruit and veg, but then it had all these little like cafe and like takeaway food things. There's little wine bars in there. It was really nice. I'm eating this sort of sandwich, toasted sandwich thingy. It's beautiful. I'll quickly just show you what I got at the thrift shop as well. Picked up these cool pants, big baggy cargo ones. I think they look sick, but I know my mates are all going to tease me about it, but it is what it is.
So when we went to get the sandwiches, it was so cute. The guy that was making them like was passing over the cheese to us so we could taste it, which was really cool. And now we're in a little park. Yeah.
Paris, wrapped up. That's our week in Paris, all done. Completely exceeded expectations, Paris. We were told by a lot of people before we came over here, you know, that Paris was dangerous, Paris is dirty, the people are rude. All those things we didn't experience at all.
I just feel like any city, you're gonna have a range. Like, I think it was just a normal city. Areas that were cleaner, there are a couple of areas that are a little bit dirtier. I feel like it's hard to be like, this place people are rude or this place people are really nice. I think there's always a range. You're gonna have lovely people, and then you might have some people that are having a bad day.
My experience with it, people were really polite. Whenever we needed help, they were really friendly and helping all the time. We felt really safe as well. That was the other thing people told us about, was be careful, it's not that safe. I felt safe the whole time I was here. We even went zipping around on the metro at night time and I still felt safe even then. One thing I would say though, when it comes to people being polite, is try and speak a little bit of French to them to start off with. That was a bit more appreciated than if you went straight in going, do you speak English? And then just assuming that everyone can speak English. I recommend that you try and learn a little bit of French just to try and make conversation. If I had to wrap Paris up in 30 seconds, everyone is so trendy. You can wear whatever you want, and I think it's kind of accepted here, which I think is really cool.
Everyone's wearing like fluffy fur jackets, walking their dogs. It's so cute.
The cafe scene is unreal here. Like, all the cafes, the chairs are out on the street.
People don't drink like actual coffee. So like in Australia, we'd have a cappuccino or a latte where it's lots of milk, where here it's literally just the little espressos, and they'll either have it out the front of the cafe on like these little tiny tables and just sip that, or they'll be standing at the bar, kind of like if you were at a bar, like a pub, like those kind of bars, they'd be sitting there having their drinks.
Yeah, our top tips would be learn a little bit of French before you come. We got told that we need to have some local cash on us, but we didn't get any cash out and had no problems whatsoever.
Been using our bank card, which has been really easy.
Yeah, bank card we're using is Revolut, which is really easy to use.
The good thing with Revolut is that it shows you at the end of the day your daily spend. So like, we'll be spending in euro because you can put euro on there, but then I have set it up so that there's a little table that shows you how much Australian dollars we're spending for the day. So that's been really helpful in like staying on budget.
Use the metro. We were a bit worried about using the metro. We thought it'd be really complex. We thought it'd be really dangerous. So the metro is really easy to use. We caught it at night time. We caught it and connected it to other metro lines. Download this app called City Mapper, the app is called. Makes everything super easy to get around on. Metro is safe and it's easy to use from our experience.
We've had 6 days here. You could easily do Paris and all like the tick off sites in like 3 to 4 days, but those extra days we literally have just walked and we were getting lost and just using our maps to kind of find our way, and that was the most fun. Like, we were finding really cute little areas with like all different restaurants, and each area has a bit of a different vibe, so that was really good too. So I would recommend, my tip would be get lost, but use maps so you're technically not lost. This is our first travel vlog that we've ever made. We're putting a lot of content out on our Instagram and TikTok. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sunee and Jye. Like and follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well. We are off to Belgium tomorrow, so we're in Belgium for 3 nights, Brussels for 1, Bruges for 2. So we'll film a lot of that as well, and we'll try and pump out a Belgium vlog. But yeah, keep up with us as we travel around Europe. Thanks, guys.